Somewhere in the dark, beyond Neptune, something may be hiding. Something large, larger than Earth, and the man leading the hunt for it is the same man who erased the ninth planet from our textbooks. This is the search for a world we have never seen and may never find. Most people think our solar system ends at Neptune. It doesn't. Far past, it lies a frozen graveyard of ice and rock, and beyond even that, a scattering of distant, lonely worlds. A few years ago, astronomers noticed something about these worlds that should not be possible. Their orbits, long-stretched loops around the sun, were all tilted the same way, all leaning in roughly the same direction, as if something out there was hurting them. Something with enormous gravity, something we could not see. In 2016, two scientists proposed an answer: a ninth planet, real, massive, and hidden. They calculated it would be 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, a giant, orbiting so impossibly far from the sun that a single one of its years would last more than 10,000 of ours. At that distance, sunlight is almost nothing. The planet would not shine. It would be a faint smudge against an ocean of stars, easy to miss and easier to overlook. For the first time, those strange orbits had an explanation. There was just one problem. No one had ever actually seen it, so the search began. The most powerful telescopes on Earth turned toward the outer dark, sweeping the sky inch by inch, hunting for a single moving point of light. Year after year, nothing. And here is the strangest part of the story. One of the men hunting this ninth planet is the very astronomer who, years earlier, led the effort that stripped Pluto of its title. The man who killed the ninth planet now spends his nights searching for a new one. But the sky is vast, and so far, it has kept its secret. Then came the doubt, because not every scientist is convinced this planet exists at all. Some argue the clustering of those distant orbits is an illusion, not a real pattern, but a trick of where we happen to point our telescopes. Look only at certain patches of sky, they say, and you will find false patterns everywhere. Remove that bias, and the ninth planet may simply vanish. A ghost, a mistake. So the mystery splits in two. Either there is a hidden giant out there shaping the edge of our solar system, or there is nothing, and we have been chasing a shadow of our own making. And if it is real, it may not be a planet at all. There is another hypothesis, a stranger one. What if the thing tugging on those distant worlds is not a planet, but a black hole? Not a monster the size of a star. A primordial black hole, ancient, born in the first moments of the universe, and small enough to hold in your hand. The mass of a planet, crushed into something the size of a grapefruit, drifting silently at the edge of everything we know. We would never see it. It would give off no light at all. It would just pull. You might think that after all these years, the question would be closer to an answer. It isn't. The mystery is not fading. It is deepening. The newest measurements of those far-off orbits have only complicated the picture, challenging the very theory that started the hunt, and raising new questions faster than the old ones can be solved. More data, more arguments, more searching, and still, after all of it, nothing has been found. So this is where we stand. A hidden planet. A buried black hole, or a pattern that was never really there at all. We have mapped the surface of Mars. We have photographed galaxies at the dawn of time, and yet there may be a region of our own solar system, close in cosmic terms, that we have never seen, holding something we cannot yet name. The ninth planet may be out there, in the cold and the dark, watching us circle the sun, and waiting to be found.